This is the Chapter 9, Day 1. Our teaching point for today is that I'm going to teach you how to use an equation to calculate an unknown angle using the definitions of complementary and supplementary angles. Now, actually, a lot of that work you're going to be doing from your book, but it's really the terms that we need to make sure that we take care of. So in class, we would have done an activity where you would have discovered all of this, but for those of you that are absent or need to just review, I'm going to just help you out with this. So first of all, congruent angles. Let's get the definition. It's two or more angles that have equal measures. Okay, so for example, I could draw two angles here and show that these are both 40 degrees. So those two angles are congruent. But I could also draw it this way. I could draw say that's 120 degrees, and I could draw a 120 degree angle that looks like this, and I could say these two are congruent. So some anticipated questions might be, can the angles be connected? And we have an example of that. So yes, they can. Or maybe you'd have, can they be separated? Or could they be separate? And again, yes, they can. Here's an example of that. Okay, a straight angle is an angle. So when you see the word an refers to one. So it's an angle, one angle, whose measure equals 180 degrees. Okay, so here's my example. It doesn't always have to be horizontal. So I'm going to draw a line like this. I'm going to put an A, a B, and a C, an angle symbol. And I'm going to say angle ABC. That is a straight angle. So one of the questions might be, can it be two or more angles? That equal 180? The answer to that is no. It's one angle equal to 180 degrees. Okay, a right angle. That's an angle whose measure equals 90 degrees. So again, if we're careful readers, when it says an angle, that means it's one angle. So there's a symbol that's used when we talk about right angles, and it's this little corner here. So I'm going to make a note of that. So for my picture, I'm going to draw my right angle kind of at a different position. But if I put that corner in there, then I know that my angle is a right angle. So that corner, that indicates that we have a right angle. You will sometimes see that it's going to look like a right angle, but they don't put that corner in there. If they don't put the corner in there, we cannot assume that it's a right angle. So an anticipated question might be, again, could it be two or more angles that equal 90? And again, no. It's just one angle that is 90 degrees. That's a right angle. Okay, supplementary. Supplementary is a little broader. It's two angles. Okay, so notice I gave a number, it's 2, whose sum is 180. So similar to straight, because similar is an angle, that means one angle. This is two angles, whose sum is 180. So I'm going to give you 3 different descriptions. I could first tell you that angle A is 120 degrees, and angle B is 60 degrees. So angle A and angle B would be supplementary. Together, they add up. It's 2 angles whose sum equals 180. I could give you that in a picture. I could do, let's take maybe I draw a 100-degree angle, so I'm going to put 100 in here. And maybe I draw an angle that's 80 degrees. Those two angles together add up to 180, so they're supplementary. And another way I could do it is maybe I have something like this, and this is angle 1 and 2. Angle 1 and angle 2 makes a straight line. We know straight lines are equal to 180 degrees, so angle 1 and angle 2 would be supplementary. So possible questions is, can it be 1 or 3 or more angles that equal 180? And again, no. In this case, it's 2 angles that equal 180 degrees. Okay, complementary is kind of similar to supplementary. It is 2 angles whose sum equals 90 degrees. So again, I could say angle A is 50 degrees and angle B is 40 degrees. Okay, those two are complementary. So it could be just numbers. I could draw a picture where I give you a 30-degree angle and I draw a 60-degree angle. Those two angles add up to 90. Or I could draw something like this. Okay, no, this is 90 because I just put the corner in. So I could say angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary because I know they add up to 90 because I put that corner in there. So again, maybe a question would be, can it be 1 or 3 or more angles that equal 90? And again, no. It's 2 angles that equal 90 degrees. Okay, one thing with these two, the way I kind of remember them, because kids get mixed up. 1 is 2 angles that equal 180, 1 is 90. I think of, in order when I count, I would get to 90 before I'd get to 180. And in the alphabet, I get to C before I get to S. So 90 is complementary and 180 is supplementary. That's how I keep those straight. Okay, the last one we're going to talk about today is perpendicular. Perpendicular are lines. Remember, those will have arrows on the end. It's segments. Segments are just part of a line. Or it's a ray. Remember, a ray has an endpoint and continues in one direction. So it's lines, segments, or rays that intersect to form 90-degree angles. Okay, this upside down capital T, that is the symbol for perpendicular. So I'm going to give you a few different examples here. I could draw 2 lines. Actually, I'm going to make one a ray. I'm going to make one a line. Okay, and if I put this corner in, I know it makes 90 degrees. So in this case, it's a ray and a line. They intersect, and I know they form 90-degree angles. I couldn't assume it without that corner. I could do this. Now I have a segment and a line, and maybe I'll just put a 90 here, so then I know that it formed 90-degree angles. It could just be 2 intersecting lines. And again, somewhere I'd have to give you that corner. So question would be, maybe does the picture have to show the right angle symbol? And I would say that it either has to show the right angle symbol or they'd have to tell me 90 degrees. I cannot assume that. Okay, this is the end of the